Hello, my name is Sibyl Harmony, and this is a video about angels. Let me move this little square off here. Okay, so thank you for tuning in. We're going to talk about who are the angels. So I have some pictures I'm going to show you. There are many archangels. The archangels are specifically here to help humans with earthly life. They are powerful beings that love anyone, any human that calls upon them for assistance. And there are several that I work, there are at least 3 main archangels that I work with, but I'll touch on and talk about all 15 archangels. I believe there are 15. And so the archangels have the big wings. They're not like little, you might kind of like these wings here. You see in this is Archangel Michael. A lot of times people have them as little baby decoration cherub in their bathroom or something, but they're actually very powerful beings. They're not really associated with any religion, although certain religions connect or claim certain angels. So you may think they are Judeo-Christian. They're also Muslim, and they're angels. And I believe in Hindu, there are many different angels. I'm not sure about the Hindu, but there are many different angels. The angels were here before organized religion. There are hieroglyphs in pyramids that say if you could summon an archangel, your life would profoundly change. So these are very powerful beings. So if you had the human level here, I don't really deal with levels below the human level, but above that might be the animal totems, the nature spirits, the crystals. Above that might be your deceased loved ones. And then the next level would be your own personal guides and angels. Archangels will work in tandem with your personal guides and angels of the light. And then you have above that the archangels. Above that, you would have ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Buddha, Moses, Jesus, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Goddess Isis. So these are all ascended masters. And then above that, you would have what you call God, and then maybe higher self. Okay. So we're dealing with the archangels here in this video. And like I said, they can work in tandem with your personal guides and angels. Everyone has at least 2 guardian angels. One may be more verbal, the other one more of an observer. None of these beings can interfere with you without asking, so we need to ask, unless it's a life-threatening situation. Everyone has guides, angels, a couple of deceased family members around them. Maybe they don't want them around them, but ideally here to assist you in your life. And some people have elementals. I have a lot of fairy spirits and crystal spirits, and you can see the dragons here, dragon spirits. I have animal totems. I work with the wolf and the raven. So everyone has guides around them. You have a whole group of guides around you that can assist you if you ask. You also have a higher self, and you have the ascended masters if you choose to call on them or develop relationships with them. And I'll do other videos about the ascended masters, which energy is actually a little bit heavier because ascended masters, Mary, Jesus, Moses, Krishna, Buddha, have walked here on the earth in physical bodies. So they have more of a physical, a little bit more, they're an older energy, very compassionate or intense energies with the ascended masters. And there are many more that I can talk about. But the archangels, the energy is lighter, but it feels to me, it usually feels hot. Like I used to think I was having a hot flash or breaking a low-grade fever. And so that can feel like that when you call them in. And we will see if we can, how much we can do here, connecting with a little healing. And I'm going to be, this is what I teach in my classes. I'm going to be doing, this is January, I'm going to be doing a class January 21st with meditation and healing. So that'll be a really fun class to connect with healing and guides. And also throughout this year, I'll be posting and have courses where you can become certified in healing and reading. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm also starting the group either through Patreon or Fireside. I have somebody checking that out for me, which one to do, but that's going to start February's on Monday, Pacific Standard Time from 3 to 4. Okay, so let's get back to the angels. So the primary angels that I work with are Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, and this is a statue of Archangel Michael, and Archangel Metatron. But there are several other angels, so let's go through those first. And so Archangel Raphael, he heals with sacred geometry. Here's a picture of, can you see that? Okay, Raphael. Sorry, the light is funny here. So you can see he's got these symbols. Let's see if I put it over there. Oh, no. I don't know why these aren't coming. There we go. Okay, so you can see he has sacred geometry. And this is a very old angel, and he helps with understanding spiritual truth and spiritual understandings, spiritual studies. Okay, so this is a very ancient angel. The EL on the back of all of these, except for Sandalphon and Metatron, EL means messenger of God. Okay, so with Metatron, I'm not quite sure why they did that with his name. We'll talk about that in a minute. And Sandalphon. So Gabriel, a lot of people work with Gabriel. She's excellent with writing. He, she, they're kind of androgynous. So LGBTQ compatible. They're androgynous. And Gabriel helps with birthing, conceiving children. And she was really prominent a couple thousand years ago. She appeared to Mother Mary. They also work in tandem with the Ascended Masters. Anything that's here to help people, they work in tandem with. And so she's also, she appeared to Mother Mary to tell her about her conception of the baby Jesus. And she also has to do with writing. Okay. So anybody who's writing a book, I usually work with Metatron. He does writing as well. So Jeremiah is an Archangel EL again that has to do with overcoming difficulties. If you want to write an inventory for yourself, which is in the new book that I have coming up, it's like taking an inventory of, well, you do an inventory for a business. Here's what I have. Here's what I want to sell. Here's what's working. You know, so you kind of, he helps you organize and look at your life and look at what you want to do, where are your assets, where are your deficits, what do you want to let go of. It's never about making you into a new person. It's just about helping you be more of who you really are, because there's actually nothing really wrong with you. It's just that we're healing and letting go of energy, or we're just raising our vibration. We're growing, we're learning. Okay. So Raguel, this is an angel, also a very old angel that brings justice. So he brings justice, and he's really good when there's arguments or conflicts. He sticks up for the underdog. So excellent energy. I see him, I don't always see them as colors. I see Gabriel is kind of a burnt orange or an orangish color. And, but probably pretty bright though, even though it's burnt. So that, I don't know if that makes sense. But Raguel, I always see him as a very bright blue whenever I call on him. Archangel Ariel. So Ariel has to do with, here she has to do with prosperity, but she also has to do with winged creatures and large cats. So she assists in overseeing bodies of water. And so I call on her whenever I see wild animals that are wounded or scared or needing help. Okay, that's who I call on. Ezekiel is also in the Bible, a very ancient angel, and he had to do with the angel that told oh, like Abraham was going to sacrifice his son, and he came and said that you don't have to do that. So he is the angel of compassion. Okay. Shamuel is an archangel that has to do with finding soulmates. He's kind of like an Archangel Michael. An Archangel Michael is, we're in the time of Archangel Michael. If you've heard about him a lot, it's because we're in the time of Archangel Michael, and I'll talk a little bit more about him. But Archangel Shamuel is helping you with your career and also soulmate, finding soulmate. And so if you feel drawn or attracted to any of these angels, there's a reason why. So Archangel Raphael, it helps with people when they are passing and consoling people when they are grieving for deceased loved ones. Okay. Archangel Uriel is the archangel that helps us to deal with our emotions. So emotional healing. Okay. Archangel Jophiel, I work with her some when I'm doing feng shui, when I'm fixing up a house. I know fair amount of feng shui, and I'll be doing videos about that if people want, but she helps to beautify things, to make things pretty, to bring harmony into a home. She's an excellent one to call on if you're wanting to clean up the energy or feng shui in your house or business. Archangel Haniel is all the archangel. She is the angel of nature spirits, and so she oversees nature and the nature spirits. So I call on her whenever I'm out. I see the nature spirits. I have since I was a child. They're mostly to me, I see that you can see through them. They're not solid like us. They're in etheric form, but she oversees them. And so I call on her when I'm working with elementals a lot. And Archangel Sandalphon is the brother of Archangel Metatron. So Archangel Sandalphon was the prophet Elijah, and Elijah became, and now Sandalphon and Metatron don't have the EL on the back of their name because they are they were once human. Most archangels besides them have never been human, but these are the prophets Elijah and Enoch, Elijah being Sandalphon, and they were taken up by God to work as his right hand man. God loved them and took them up and made them Archangel Archangel Sandalphon and Metatron. And Archangel Sandalphon delivers your prayers quickly, and he also gives messages in music. Okay, so if you get messages in music and you want your prayers delivered very quickly, Sandalphon. And so I work with Metatron, and his name isn't really known. I don't really know why they chose this name for Metatron, but he's very good with children, with preteens, with teenagers, with anybody who is dealing with depression or a lack of attention dialed into higher dimension, ADD, attention dialed into higher dimensions, ADD. So mental issues, OCD, things like that. So if you're having troubles focusing and getting organized, he's an excellent one to call on for those types of issues. He also really helps with grounding. He helps light workers. He helps young people. And so whenever I see him, he comes in and kind of like these colors here, or watermelon colors. Some people see him just as this lavender color. I see him because I see Michael as lavender, and a lot of Michael and his band of mercy are lavender to me. Metatron comes to me in a green and pink color. And whenever I see him, I'm like, okay, we need to get grounded. So he does help with grounding, like I said, organizing, and different types of mental moods or issues. Okay. So he is a wonderful one to call on for that. And anyone can call on them. You don't have to read the hieroglyph from the pyramid. Now these beings are available to us all. They'll never come in to help you hurt somebody. So they'll work with you more if they trust you. They know you're going to follow. They'll give you the guidance. But if you're not going to follow it, why would they keep giving you guidance? So see what I mean? So when you get guidance and it feels like it's, as long as it's not hurting anybody or you, it might push you a little out of your comfort zone, but it will give you results so you can start to develop trust. They'll always tell you the truth. They won't scare you. If it's something they're warning you about, they'll tell you what to do about it, but they'll never invalidate you. And so Metatron doesn't talk a lot to me, but I feel him. And I feel very connected to Metatron. My ancestors came out of Egypt, near where the Gnostics were. And the Gnostics were very much connected to Enoch, the ancient Sibyls, which is my name. So I'm connected with the Sibyls. And so I feel he's also the great grandfather of the Persian Sibyl, also the great-great-grandfather or great-great-great-grandfather of Noah's Ark. Okay, so that's who Eunuch was. And so I feel especially connected to him. He heals with sacred geometry. I'm going to be putting up videos on my website that you can purchase about sacred geometry and how to do healings with some of these angels, depending upon how much time I have here. Okay, because my my thing will only let me do a certain, oh, it didn't start the time. I don't know what time it is. Okay. All right. So we'll do a little healing with Metatron, and we'll call in Archangel Metatron, Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Michael, and do a little healing. Okay. So this is Metatron. And the next angel that I work with a lot is Archangel Raphael. And so Archangel Raphael, these angels look like however you can recognize them. They are light vibration. You will see them as flashes of light or light coming around. Sometimes they have been known to appear as a person, which I'll talk about with Archangel Michael, to come into human form. But generally they're a light frequency, and they can talk to you and connect with you however you get information, through thoughts or feelings or visions or words or sounds. Okay, so Archangel Raphael is a very gentle healing. I generally see him in a kind of a green and yellow, like you see here, but the angels' colors are very bright to me. They're always very bright. And when I ask them who they are, they tell me that they're angels. I know the signature. I know it's more like I can feel who they are. I see the color, and then I can feel their energy because I've developed a relationship with them. Years ago, I was doing a healing, and I used to do work in a health center and do massage for healing people. And I started seeing past lives and calling in the angels, and I called the angels into my hands, and people were saying, oh, go see her. She'll tell you what your angels said, or your past life or something. And people were getting these really great healings. I ended up leaving there and starting my own practice. But one day I was working there with Archangel Raphael. I called him into my hands, and I thought, I don't even know. And every psychic and healer has this. We think, because this world is so invalidating with energy. Like, am I making this up? Are they really here? Even though I could feel them, and people were saying they were getting healings, and I could see the lights, and it would feel warm. And Archangel Raphael's energy, when you're doing a healing, it starts to feel like it's pulsing. It's like, boom, it's like that. That's how he works. And so I was standing there after I did the massage with the client, and I left the room, and I'm like, I don't even know if this is working. Is this even real? And I was like, just come out of my hands. And all of a sudden I got pushed back, and he jumped out of my hands, and I went, oh my God. And there he was standing right in front of me. I'm like, oh, you are there. Whoops. So that's just my experience. So if you want, 70% or more people believe that there are angels, but you don't have to be like saintly or such a do-gooder. I mean, you can be a do-gooder. If you help people, they're going to come around you more. If you're honest and you're in integrity, they're going to come around you more and really work with you more because you're really helping people. And that's why they're here, to really help people, assist people, but they're not codependent. So you have to ask, number one, unless it's a life-threatening situation, you have to ask if you want an angel to come to you. But the more you listen to them and kind of clean up your own act, the more they'll work with you. But you don't have to be like a saint or something. And we've all made mistakes and they forgive you. It's about forgiving yourself. So don't think, oh, I'm not good enough for angels or I don't deserve it, because we all deserve it. Okay. So there's Archangel Raphael is beautiful. He's like your best friend. He's really good with pets. He's good with any type of healing, especially eyes and vision. I really love working with Archangel Raphael. It's like your best friend. Archangel Michael is like the guy coming to the rescue. He's the patron saint for military, police, soldiers, anybody who's fighting for justice and good and to help people. He is with you. If you are coming to the rescue, call him in. He is your patron saint. Also, anybody who's afraid, who wants to clear out lower energies or wants help with their life purpose, Archangel Michael is the one to call. He's very powerful. He's no BSer. He's the bouncer angel. He will get rid of the lower energies, the nasties, the scaries. He clears fear. He clears homes, businesses, spaces. He is a bright lavender. It's like such a blue, bright blue, that it almost looks lavender, and sometimes with gold around him. When I'm driving it alone in a dark road or somewhere, I always call him in and I see him flying in front of the car. It's really cool. So he has a band of mercy. He can surround your home, surround you, surround your business. I've had really good experience with Archangel Michael protecting me in all kinds of situations where I felt afraid. Call on Michael. He will be there in a second. And you're not taking him away from anybody else when you call him, because he can bilocate. It's a powerful being that can bilocate in many different places on the earth at one time. And so some people have said that they've seen Michael, like if a car was on a child, they saw somebody come and help them lift the car up with superhuman natural strength. The child was saved, and then they turned around to thank the person, and that person is gone. Or someone who's lost in an airport and a stranger comes up and pays their ticket, and then they turn around to thank the person and the person is gone. That's Archangel Michael. So he can manifest into physical form. And they always say, be careful when entertaining strangers. You may have just entertained an angel. So this is Archangel Michael. His energy is warm, it's hot, it's powerful. He has a sword that will cut away and clear away any lower energies, any fears. Love this guy. All right. And so now I think we have a few minutes to do a little healing. Let's call the angels in, and anybody can do this anytime, anywhere. If you're getting on a plane and you're afraid, ask the angels to guide the wings, get you there safely. If you're driving in your car, get me there safely. If you're having a talk with somebody, help us out. I call them in the morning and say thank you at night, so they can be with you all day. All right, so let's do a healing. So let's just call them in. Archangels Michael, Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Metatron. Please come to us, and anybody watching this video in all time and directions, help us to ground. And they're talking about breathe. When you breathe, you can connect with the angels better. When you're around bodies of water, drinking lots of water, don't get dehydrated. And breathe, and just use your intention. You can call them into your hands or into the room. and ask for healing. And feel yourself grounding. They're grounding you. And let them cut away any lower fear or resolve any issues, any lack of prosperity, lack of abundance. Cut away and heal any illness or toxic tumors. And breathe. You may feel them moving around. You may feel energy moving in your body. That's great. Kind of try to breathe and come into your body and ground. There you go. Surround you with beautiful light and beautiful healing. Healing, thank you. I am open to receive prosperity. I'm open to receive your guidance and your gifts. Thank you so much for this healing surrounding you in light, and thank the angel. And as you put your hands together and clap or rub your hands together and give thanks for the healing, that will complete this healing. You may sit here and continue the healing if you wish to continue your healing. And we ask that guidance come to you in the days and the weeks to follow. Notice any repetitious messages, any feelings, any flashes of lights, dreams, birds coming close, as a way of your angels confirming they are connecting with you. You are receiving healing. You are receiving guidance if you ask. And so it is. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe and check out my classes. They'll be out in February or sooner. Take care. Lots of love. Lots of angel love.